I have to get my dream out while I still can, because it went from being a nightmare to being a really fucking good dream. First off, there was a lot of traveling where you would have to change different vehicles. You couldn't get a vehicle that you could travel in. You would try bicycle, you would try car, it would break down. It didn't work. But then something happened. And it was with trains. Like where a train crosses the tracks, there was like these glowing lines. Like you wouldn't see a train on top, but you would see these glowing lines, and you would hear a train, and it was like it was going underneath, and somehow you could, if you just listened, you would be able to step where the line was, and then like be on the train without having the train hit you or have to run next to it and maybe die or whatever. You would just be on the train, and it would be moving fast, and it was like, now it was above. I don't really know how to describe this. It got really weird. Like there was little pigs everywhere, like little piglets. But they were like the piglets you like people like women like the little pot-bellied pigs. And it was like piglets like that were starting to appear everywhere, and people needed them anyway because there was like a famine. There was so much shit that happened in this stream last night. There's no way I can describe it. It was insane. But in the dream, I learned how to move without this vehicle like this on these lines. And it may not sound like anything because it's very hard to even get out of my head. But first, these dreams were real horrible. I mean, they were horrible. But something happened to change them. They were even going to make a movie about it in the dream. They were making a movie about that. And it kind of was like something from another world almost. It was like the Indians that were on these trains, were riding these trains, was kind of like the Fremens from the Dune. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'm trying to get it out because I have dreams like this and they're significant, and I've been having really fucked up nightmarish type dreams. But whatever happened last night is connected to something bigger, and they're getting good. They changed majorly, because I don't think that this thing that I'm dreaming about now has ever been in my dream, and I don't think it's going to leave. Okay, here's the next round. Try to make. Good Lord, Dick Cheney. You just die already. Dick Cheney is a piece of shit, though. Hold up. Okay, hold on. Alright, now we're gonna go here. I feel like he's threatening me. Am I battling with Dick Cheney? I think so. Okay. Regeneraton Pharmaceuticals Regeneron. Let's start over. All right.
2 more migrant buses, meanwhile, arrived in D.C. overnight from Del Rio and Eagle Pass, Texas, carrying nearly 60 migrants per bus. Leaders of blue cities are claiming that they're overwhelmed by an influx of illegal migrants, and they're blaming Governor Abbott. D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser recently calling for the National Guard to step up to help with the surge. Meanwhile, over 1.7 million illegal migrants have been encountered at the southern border so far this year. Joining us now live from McAllen, Texas, here is National Border Patrol Council President Brandon Judd. Brandon, it's great to see you this morning.
It's good to be with you.
And you really have taken us through this massive crisis firsthand over the last year and a half. Has anything changed since the first time we met a year and a half, 2 years ago?
No, unfortunately not. There have been no new policies, no new programs, no new operations. Nothing has been done by this administration. We would have thought that we would have hit a ceiling several months ago, but this administration continues to hold the course, continues to pander to activists, and that's all that they're doing, unfortunately.
A lot of these elections that we just went through have...
Okay, hold on. This is the point of why I'm making this video. You see all that stuff in the background? You got a car, you got a helicopter, the wind's blowing through their hair, there's numbers on stuff. Okay, this is Texas. This is where I'm from. Texas. Now, we do know that there's activists, and that's great. If you want to be an activist, fine. Great. But here's the problem with that. When you're an activist and your event management system, event coordinator, human resource person, or what have you, is mind controlling you or using your activism to be a political lever or something, the moment that your activism doesn't help the thing you're being an activist for, I've got a mechanism inside of me that overrides. I start dragging you. I start dragging you out of the spot in the line that you're on, sitting in the road. I start cutting the chains with my chain cutters and unhooking you from the tree that you put yourself on and all that. It's automatic though. I don't even have to waste any more time with that, because I already know the sun is the cause of that. Well, they say in here, they're like, has it stopped any? No, because Biden is being pushed by the activists. He's got to do what they say. He can't change so he's out. In my mind, I have all these authorities are different powers that are run by the powers, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to say? Now, I realized this in my dream, but in my dream, I can't articulate it to you outside of the dream. But I know what it feels like. I know what it looks like. I know what the danger being averted is. It's being averted as a train crash. I saw there's a guy, his name, what's his name? I don't know, it's the Flat Earth Guru or something stupid, but he put the normie sitting in a chair, reading the paper on the train tracks. And that caused something in my dreams, because the other day he put a robot with a very small jaw, and he was saying, "You're not helping anybody, and you look stupid." That's what's the caption underneath it. And I was like, whoa, is he talking about me? Obviously not. But the small jaw of the robot reminded me of myself and my dad, because we both have very small jaws. If we shave our beards, we don't We don't like it because of the way both of our jaws looks. Not only is it a thing that you can look at and know that you got from your dad, but when I was in that room the other day and I was trying to articulate it, I was telling him about it, and the way I had my head, I've been doing this weird shit with this trailer for a long time. So fortunately, I had put my head backwards a little bit to point up to the corner of the room. That's the inside upward corner. And then I was sharing something that someone else shared with me, and my jaw muscle started twitching like crazy. You know, it was just the muscle that holds the jaw to the skull. And when it twitched like that, I got that welling of tears in my eyes, but I didn't have the tears come out. And I felt some energy going to my crown head of my head, and it lit every goosebump I have on my body. They all went off at the same time as soon as it went into my head. And I've been getting these waves of goosebumps go all over me. I'm a goosebumping motherfucker. When you have goosebumps come out, you're emitting biophotons. And it's also ectoplasm if you're in the dark. Yeah, ectoplasm. That's a real thing. Ectoplasm it immediately vanishes or goes back into your body if there's a loud sound or there's a bright light. But it is a real substance. It looks like a creamy milk-like. It's a substance. It's kind of cold and cool, and you can see it. And that's what ghosts form themselves out of. What does that have to do with anything? I feel inside that although everything looks shitty, that something good is going to happen. And I don't know what it is. I don't normally have that feeling unless there's a reason for it. And trust me, with my eyeballs to look at the world, I don't see a reason for it. I see the opposites. I see the problems that need fixing from the divine powers, but I don't see the solution. So I could lie to you about if I feel good about it or not, but I can't. Not in this instance. I wouldn't have to be trying to put myself out there to explain this like I am, which that's why I'm using this video. Because number one, this lady looks so funny to me. Her fucking weird, she's got like Squidward's lips. But last night I listened to some stories on the journey.
Well, the screen recorder cut me off for whatever reason it did. But I'm taking that as a cue that I've said enough. I need not to spoil it by bringing too much out. Just take that for what it is. It's a good sign.